Guys, like my tattoo. I got a new tattoo. So my mum and I, it's so cute. And I'm completing my sleeve. Let me take my arm out so y'all can see. Y'all can really see. Like, I'm completing my sleeve. I'm gonna get another picture next of my brothers and I when we were babies. And I'm gonna see how like this one has like flowers around it. I'm gonna put like a flower here and just like maybe write in there as well. I'm gonna get someone's handwriting and put it there. But yeah, it's in the healing stages. Anywho, so yeah, I'm not like, I am showing off, but I'm not showing off because it is actually itchy. Not itchy, but it's irritating. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking here and I'm meant to look here. Sorry. Anyways, hi. Happy International Women's Day. Happy. I'm not going to say happy because it's not anything to be happy about, but it is also it's also Endometriosis Awareness Month, so I'll definitely be making a video at some point this month talking more in depth about what endometriosis actually is. But I'm gonna be using my phone during that because I want to get the exact definition correct and my memory's arse. So yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna be speaking about how having a condition has affected my relationships and friendships, because I got asked this on TikTok Live and I was like, this is such an amazing question, so why not just wait till I do my podcast and talk about it? Because yeah, I don't think it's impacted per se, but I do think it's definitely changed my view on things and has made me like more cautious of the energy I have around me. I'm gonna throw my chewing gum in the bin at some point because I don't want it to get annoying. I do get annoyed when I chew gum. Like, I get too comfortable and I'm like but anywho, so yeah, has it affected? Does it affect? I'll start off with friendships. I feel like with my friendships, it's definitely giving me more of like a like, I feel like I'm just more self-aware in general, but I feel like with my friends especially, I feel like it's made me like look out for who's actually there for me and who's not. And I feel like as I've gotten older, like I didn't mind having motive friends, like friends you just go to parties with, or like, you know, but as time went by, I was just like, I just don't want people in my life with no substance. Like, do something, like bring something to my life. And I feel like, obviously I have endometriosis, but this goes out for anyone who has a chronic condition, you know, like a disability condition. This video also applies to you, like if you can relate. But yeah, it's just like I don't want anyone in my life just for parties. Like, that's boring. I actually want genuine people in my life that I can create and build memories with. And I feel like the friends that I have now, especially my girls, I feel like God has literally, you see when you genuinely feel like God has like handpicked certain people to be in your life, that's how I feel about my girls. Like, I feel like God has genuinely like handpicked them and like placed them into my life, because my girls are busy. Like, some are mothers and have jobs, like some just have jobs, businesses, whatever, like content creators, whatever. And like, we're all, well, I ain't busy, but they're busy. But I feel like when it's time to show up for each other, we're always here. And I don't have a group of friends, I have individual friends. I feel like I've always kind of been like that since school. Like, when I was younger, my best friend passed away when I was like 8, and I feel like that changed like my perspective and outlook on friendships so much. Like, I always used to just be by myself and just chill by myself, and I was happy because I was scared to form bonds with people, if I'm honest. Like, because obviously having a best friend pass at such a young age was crazy. And also, I went, like, where I live is very white. Like, well, now it's more diverse, but it was very white. So I was the only black girl in my whole year for the rest of like the 2 school years remaining. I think I was in like year 5, I can't remember. But I think I was 8 or 9. I can't remember how old I was when she passed away. But yeah, I was the only black girl left. So like, I really isolated myself growing up, and I always just wanted to be by myself. I didn't want to form bonds in case that person left. So now that I'm older, I think I've kind of like taken that into adulthood, where I don't really want to form bonds with people. Not like form bonds, but like I don't care to have a group, because I'd rather just have set individual friends, and instead of having a group that's overwhelming and someone leaves and I'm like, what the hell, you know? But yeah, I do feel like my girls that I have now, they're all busy, but they show out whenever I'm in hospital, whenever I'm in pain, or like, and they understand as well, like I'm not someone who likes phone calls. I don't like being on the phone all the time. Unless I'm in love with you, then I don't like phone calls, because if you deep it, like I'm PMSing, and then my period comes, and then I'm ovulating, and after, no, okay, so I PMS 9 days before my period, then my period lasts 5 days, and then I have like 2 days of migraine, like straight migraine. As soon, like, okay, so as soon as my period's done, I have a day where I'm like, okay, I can breathe, and then 2 days after that, migraine that lasts 2 days, which usually leaves me bedbound or thrown up, or both. And then literally the day after that is like I'm in my ovulations like window, so it's like a medium chance, and so I don't really get a break. I don't really get a break of pain. There's always some sort of pain, and then even besides that, I have the ongoing pain of my hip, my leg. So I don't really have energy, and it's like the few days or like a week where I am pain free, I don't want to spend it on the phone, you know. I don't want to spend it on FaceTime. So people, I just like, you'd only understand if you're in constant pain, but when you're in constant pain, the time that you get where your body, like where you can just relax, and I say relax very lightly, but just kind of relax, and where your body isn't in that much pain, you're sore. Mentally you're drained, physically your body feels like it's been run over, like my uterus will be hurting. I will just feel drained. I'm not trying to spend it on the phone, and I feel like my girls like get that and they understand that. Like, but one thing I always tell them is that I will always be there for them no matter what, and I always reiterate to them that like, don't let my problems, like, don't feel like you can't come to me because I have my own stuff going on, because honestly, like, this is something that happens every single month. I know it's gonna happen, and like, it is what it is. I've just had to adjust to life with it. But if you're ever going through something, don't ever feel like you can't come to me and talk to me, because I will always be there. Like, I have so much time. As much as like the pain consumes me, all in all I do have a lot of time to myself. Like, I don't work at the moment because, you know, this has impacted me significantly. But yeah, like, and I feel like just because I have a condition, it doesn't give me excuse to be a bad friend. So like, I still try and like make an effort with my girls, but they're like, me and my girls are so understanding of one another, and like, a lot of them have the same period issues as well, like maybe not as significant as mine, but they all have period problems like PCOS or endo or whatever it is, or just like undiagnosed period pain. So like, we all understand each other and we all get each other, and I feel like so many people need to understand that you need to be friends with someone who aligns with your life and who gets you. I don't like needy people, and I feel like because I'm so close to my brothers and my mum, we have such a tight-knit relationship that I don't necessarily depend, like, I don't care for my friends because I love them, I adore them, but I don't rely on them. Like, I've literally missed parties and have cancelled on people, which is not nice, to chill with my family, you know, because I just love them so much. So like, I don't ask for a lot from my friends because I'm not like dependent on them for like happiness and joy. Like, I get happiness and joy from being by myself, but I also get it from being with my family. So like, I don't depend on my friends in that sense. So it's like, the small things I do ask for, like, I don't really ask for anything from my friends, to be fair, in terms of like, can you help me do this or help me do that? I don't. They always ask me like, do you want me to order you food? I'm like, my brother's done it already. It's okay. Like, but I know that they're always there in case I ever do need things. But yeah, like the small things I do ask for my girls, like they show up, they're always there. Like if I'm in hospital, my girl will sleep around when I'm back home and like feel more able, or when I'm in a hospital they'll always ask if they can come and see me when they have time, or like they'll send me flowers. Like, so even if they can't physically be with me, like I know I could always go to them. And honestly, I don't know if it's because of humorism, but even just talking about my girls is getting me emotional because I just love them so much. But you will never ever see me crying on any social media platform. No. So if I cry, I will edit that out. But yeah, I just love them so much, honestly. Like they're so understanding. If we don't talk for a few weeks, they will never be like, oh my god, you didn't reply. I'm dramatic. I feel like I have major main character syndrome with my friends, but then again I feel like I just have it with everyone in my life. Like I'm the only girl out of 4 boys, I'm the youngest, like of course I'm gonna have major main character syndrome, and I'm very dramatic, so my girls understand that, you know. But all in all, like yeah, I think that it's made me more aware, and I feel like it's made me more observant of my friends as well. I know my girls are patterned and I know my girls are good, but I feel like I have periods in my life where I'm kind of like assessing my friendships with people and just being like, what has this person actually done for me? But when someone has constantly like showed out, like they're not a part of that assessment. It sounds so like a business, whatever. But yeah, they're not a part of that like thought process, like no. But there are certain people that I thought we were closer in my head, but it doesn't. The support that they've shown me and in my brain, like the relationship we had was completely two different things. And I've realised like it's okay to call people your associates, you know. And yeah, like people think if I call you my associate and not my friend, then it's beef. I don't have a lot of friends. Like if I was to really deep here, people think I have a lot of friends because I'm bait. I will 100% stand up and be like, I'm bait. I know I'm bait. I DJ, I do YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for 8 years. Like I used to get like 90, 20k. Like you see, back in the day when it was easy to get paid from YouTube, I was making bread. But I was so young that I spent it in like 2 seconds. But yeah, like I DJ. I put my face on all my mixes as well. So of course people are going to recognise me. I do YouTube, Twitter, I was a troll once upon a time. My brother's bait. Do you know what I mean? So like I have a lot of bait friends. A lot of bait friends. So like I know I'm bait. And if I'm honest, I don't know. What was my point? Oh yeah, I remember. I was gonna say, to be honest, I don't know what my point is. Oh my god, I'm so funny. But yeah. So yeah, like I know that I have different like people in my life, and it's okay for you to just be my associate. Like I don't think I have a lot of friends. I don't have as much friends as people think I have. I think I'm known, but in my head I've realised that a lot of people are not my friends. Like I don't talk to these people unless it's their birthday or unless it's my birthday and we're DMing each other back and forth going, oh happy birthday sis, happy birthday love, happy birthday bro. Like even sis and bro is very, because you're not really my bro, sis are you? But do you know what I mean? Like if I were to go on a lot of people's DMs, like my DMs with them, all it is happy birthday, or get well soon, or God forbid, I'm sorry for your loss. Do you know what I mean? So I've just realised like a lot of people just are not my friends, and that's fine. There's no beef, and this is what, oh my god, maybe I'm diverting from this topic, but this is what like irritates me, because people think if you remove them off social media, it's beef, which I find so crazy. Like I just feel like we're too grown for that mentality. And I think after I came back from hospital, I went on an unfollowing, deleting spree on my Snapchat, because out of all my apps, Snapchat is definitely the most personal to me. Even though I basically upload whatever I upload on Snapchat and Instagram, but obviously I have my private stories on Snapchat. And I go through unfollowing sprees, deleting sprees, because I just feel like there's certain people that I don't talk to. I don't know who you are, like, or even if we did have a relationship once upon a time, like we are no longer close, and I feel like some people have just proved to me that we will never ever be on that level again. Like my podcast, so many people messaged me like congratulations, or like well done, or you're doing something amazing. Like so many people actually messaged me with that. And it's like certain people where it's like, cool, we may not be close, but I thought we were on that level where like if someone's doing good, you would acknowledge it and praise it, you know? No comprehendo. That didn't even make sense. But some people like, and also like when I was in hospital and I had my operation, like I'm very vocal about these things. When it comes to endometriosis, I will always be vocal about it and always show people the severity about it. So I have no problem posting when I'm in hospital and that, because people need to see that it's not just painful periods. So I'll post about it. People, I thought we were on that level, didn't message. So I was like, all right, cool. It's not beef to the point where I dislike this person or dislike these certain individuals. Like if I see them out, I'll 100% say hello. But we're just not on that level. Clearly, we're not on that level. And I feel like if you can't even congratulate someone or like send well wishes to someone, realistically, I don't even want to say hello to you, but I'm going to say hello to you just because I don't like, there's no beef from my end. But clearly, people think it's beef, you know, but it is what it is. I don't really, I'm always, I don't care because obviously I'm speaking about it, but I don't care to the point where I'm going to approach that person and be like, so what's the problem? Like, it's not that, there are bigger things to worry about. But yeah, I do feel like because I'm surrounded by so much love, there's certain individuals that I just don't gel with no more. They just shrink in my life. Like I used to be someone who always used to dwell on the negatives. Like always used to dwell on the negatives. I was always pessimistic. Like I always spoke down on myself and always like didn't acknowledge how much love I had in my life. So when someone was like irritating me or like doing me wrong, I would be so fixated on that. And I remember my girls just always told me like, Rashida, like you're such an amazing person. You have so much love around you. Stop focusing on that one person. And as I got older, like it was easier to adapt that mentality. But when I was younger, it was definitely harder because I feel like I had so much anger just built up just from like people who've disappointed me and like hurt me and stuff. And obviously it all starts from like family, you know, but yeah. But as I've gotten older, I've definitely realised that I have so much love around me that I don't need to focus on the people who I thought were my friends or the people I thought were my girls or my guys, you know. And I should just focus on those who show out and show so much love and so much care and share so much words of encouragement. So yeah, like in terms of friendships as a whole, yeah, I don't think it's like impacted any of my friendships. If anything, I feel like me and my girls have gotten closer, and this has definitely made me more of an emotional person. I'm so much more emotionally expressive. Like I remember when things started to get like proper serious for me in terms of my condition, and I remember crying on FaceTime to someone. We're not friends no more, so. But yeah, I was crying on FaceTime to her, and that was the first time any of my girls have seen me cry. And she started crying as well because she's never seen me cry. So for me to cry, you know that I'm going through it. Like I'm going through it. And I remember her telling me like, bro, like it's okay to cry. Like it's okay because I'm someone who holds in my emotions a lot, or like I'll hold in my emotions to the point where I just burst. And I used to do that all the time. But I think I was just so mentally drained by like, because I think then I literally just came out of hospital and then had to go to a private GP and then back to hospital the same day. So I was just drained. And doctors telling you, oh, there's nothing wrong, when you know there's something wrong, like that just drains the heck out of me. I think literally like a week later I got prescribed antidepressants. But yeah. I remember her telling me like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be sad, like what you're going through isn't easy at all. And I think ever since then I was just like, do you know what? I was like, do you know what? Who's gonna die if I cry? or if I express myself. So I've always been very good with words, to be fair, but I feel like ever since then I was just like, F this, like I'm just it's okay to be sad, it's okay to not be okay. Anyway, my memory card is saying 4 minutes, so I'm gonna have to go. When it says like 1 minute, I'm gonna go and delete and come back. But yeah, so yeah, friendships, I feel like it's impacting my friendships more so in a positive way. I feel like overall, because I have so much time on my hands, because I'm always in pain, like in my room by myself, like obviously not like by myself like that, like obviously my family always there, but just by myself more time, like I have a lot of time to reflect and just think of the people in my life. So I definitely feel like me having so much time to myself has made me become a better person, because I've just reflected and I've thought about like the person that I want to become in the future, how I can become a better friend, and yeah, and I feel like yeah, like having the conditions just made me become closer to my girls, and it's just made me realize like again how much love I have, and like even though like yeah, my best friend passed away, I shouldn't let that impact the friendships that I have now. And like yeah, people come and go, but I do feel like there are certain people who are going to stay in my life till death do us part, because they're just too special and I'm not going to allow them to go. I'm going to punch their heads. But yeah, and I feel like it's also made me like more forgiving in general. Like there are certain people who we were friends and we weren't friends and now we're friends again, and I just realised that life is short. We beefed in the past. It's not even beef, but we argued in the past. Like I don't care now. But guys, this memory card is really interrupting a beautiful moment. But I'm gonna come back in a second. Okay, so yeah, I can't even remember what I was really saying, to be fair. I should have watched this back before, but I didn't. But yeah, overall, it's definitely made my friendships better, I think. It's hard for me to kind of like balance the pain I'm in and being there for my friends, but I feel like I said, my girls are so understanding, so understanding, so caring, so considerate as well. And yeah, honestly, I feel like, do you know what I feel like when you focus on yourself, and it's so cliche because everyone says it, but like when you focus on yourself, everything slowly starts to align. Like when you put yourself first and focus, woo, ciao. When you put yourself first, I should talk like this. Hey, let me put my feet up. Let me get comfortable. The fuck? Show off my tattoo. Y'all think I spent £850 and 6.5 hours of my life to not show this off? But anyways, sorry. I'm such a kid. When you focus on yourself and when you spend so much time just isolating yourself and just focusing on yourself and putting yourself first, you slowly start to take out the people in your life who no longer serve purpose. And honestly, a lot of people are in your life for a season and for a lesson. Not everyone's meant to be in your life forever. So I feel like when people come and go, like I don't dwell on it, because that's life. That's the circle of life. People come and go. If everyone stayed in my life would be chaotic as fuck. Like it would be chaotic. I would be irritated all the time. But the people who are in my life now, people come and go, but God forbid, like the people in my life now, I genuinely feel like I'm set with them forever. And yeah, it's just made me closer to my girls, like even my male friends as well. Like it's made me closer to them. I feel like they can see that like this shit is actually impacting me, and like a lot of them don't even know how to pronounce endometriosis, but they're always there. Like not maybe as much as my girls, because men are just men, but I don't. The things that I wouldn't tolerate from my girls, I wouldn't tolerate from my male friends just because they're males. No, like if you're not showing me the same like love and care, but it's only because I know men show affection in different ways. So that's why I'm just like, oh, whatever, cool. But if, let's say, my male friend violates me, or like I feel like he's not showing support, I'm not going to keep him in my life just because he's a man. No, that's not how I rock here. Like, everyone's treated equally in my life. But I know my male friends might show affection in different ways. I might be like, yo, Rashida, I don't know how endometriosis is pronounced, but if you need anything, I'm here. Like, if you need me to get you food, I'm here. Do you know what I mean? So like, they show it in different ways. We're not as affectionate to my girls as I am with my girls, which is completely understanding. I have 4 brothers, so my brothers, like, they'll just send me money if I'm upset. Or like when I came out of hospital, my brother asked me what present I want. What do I want as a present? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah. But in terms of relationships, too. In terms of relationships, like I said, I think because I've worked and I'm continuously like working to be a better person, but I do feel like I'm at a stage in my life where I feel peace, like, and I do feel like I'm able to handle situations better. I do feel like when it comes to relationships, like, as much as people want to try and say relationships and friendships are on the same level, they're absolutely not. They're not on the same level at all. I love my friends and I will beat people up for my friends. I don't know who I'm beating up with, Endo, before I end up in hospital having a flare up. But yeah, like, I'll beat people up for my friends. But me having a boyfriend and me having a husband, like, it's not on the same level as my friends, because realistically, my girls ain't going to be the father to my kids. It's going to be my man. I need to make sure my relationship's patterned. It's not toxic. There's so many layers to relationships. Obviously, there's so many layers to friendships as well. Like, friendships are very important, and like, sisterhood is important, very, very important, especially because I do not have any sisters. I'm the only girl of 4 boys and I'm the youngest. I don't have no sisters. So having the support of sisters around me is honestly a blessing. Like, it's such a blessing that I have so many people I can call my sisters around me. But it's just not the same as having a boyfriend. And obviously, I'm not having a boyfriend just to vibe. I'm not dating someone just to vibe. I'm dating for marriage. My boyfriend, God willing, will be my husband. So like, it's just not the same. It's not the same. I can't even, there's so many layers to why it's not the same that I can't even bother to explain it, because I feel like I'd be diverting from the actual topic of this video. But yeah, it's just not the same. So yeah, I feel like as I've like gotten to understand myself better and know my worth, and just prioritize myself more, I know that, same with friendships, I don't have time to waste. But I feel like I'm really hard in my face. Same with friendships, I don't have time to waste. It's the same with relationships, but even more, because I feel like men come into your life and they think that they can just talk here and there, see you do whatever and then dip. I don't have time for that. And I feel like when I was younger, I definitely wasn't that familiar with their game, but I feel like now I'm very familiar with how men are, and it's very evident for me, and I can tell like very quickly who is serious and who's not. And even if they don't show it in the start, I feel like because I'm so self-aware and I move with discernment, bro, so like, if you don't show it in the start, I will clock it. And everything could be going fine, but you could say one thing that I feel like is weird, and I'll be like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, this is done. This is not the man for me. No one's perfect, and I don't expect a man to be perfect, but to come into my life and try to waste my time after I told you I have a condition, by the way, you still think you can come and waste my time is insanity. Even the whole spinning the block shit, I don't, fuck off. Like, mum, if you're watching this again, I'm sorry, but fuck off. Like, I find it so shameless, like, trying to spin the block. Like, just get a grip. Like, get a grip. But I feel like it's definitely made me, I feel like because I have a condition, having a partner who has certain traits, like, who's family oriented, and to be fair, these traits everyone should look out for in a partner, but I feel like it's become so much more important to me. Like, when I was younger, obviously, like, I used to not brush these things, because family always meant the most. So when I was younger, if you weren't family oriented, then we can't hang. But I feel like now that I'm older, family oriented, empathetic, God, considerate, my God, patient, good communicator. Communication is just more than listening and looking at the person. There's so much levels to communication. So yeah, empathy, someone who's empathetic, someone who's family oriented, someone who can communicate, someone who's considerate, someone who doesn't embarrass me. God, those things. To be fair, embarrassment doesn't really have anything to do with condition, but those 4 things are so important to me, because I can't have someone who isn't empathetic towards my situation. I can't have someone who's not considerate and won't understand that there may be days where like, who's not understanding as well, and there may be days where like I don't have energy and this, that and the other. Like, but obviously I know, and this is why it's important to work on myself, because I'm not working on myself just for friendships. I'm working on myself for future relationship as well, because having a condition isn't easy, and having a condition when you're in pain all the time is not easy. Being a woman is not easy. We are hormonal a lot, especially when you're constantly PMSing, you're on your periods, you're ovulating. My hormones are going up and down so much. It's very easy for me to take out my stresses and my emotions on other people. So the one thing I've had to learn for myself is to handle my emotions better, so I'm not taking it on other people, because it's not anyone else's problem that I have endo but myself. It's not really my problem, but it is my problem. But it's not my problem, isn't that? It's not like I caused it. Just fuck. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah. But I feel like I've talked to people, for example, where like I'll explain my condition, and to be fair, I kind of say it early on, just because you see when you're just like, oh, we're just having general conversations. They'll be like, oh, do you work? And I'm like, no, I don't work. Oh, why is that? I have a condition. So yeah, it's explained pretty early on. And I feel like there are certain people where they've said certain responses where I'm like, all right, cool. Guys, sorry, I keep holding the mic high up. But there are certain people where I'm like, you're done. Like, I've spoken to some guys. It's lasted probably like an hour. Get to know them. And I'll tell them my condition. The first thing they'll say is, oh, does sex hurt? Why the fuck are you asking me about sex when I don't know you, bro? Like, I don't know you. Even people that I've spoken to for months have never ever asked that question. So why would you ask me that? Even both of my exes, they never once asked me that, and I was with them for a hot second. So why do you think you can ask me that? Like, that's just weird. Like, out of all the questions you could ask me, prior to that, I'm explaining to you how my condition has affected me, to do with like just living life in general, how I've had two operations, because I ain't had that question in a second. 2 operations at the time, how I haven't been able to work, keep a job, how I'm in pain all the time, and that's the first thing that comes to your mind. You're crazy, you're insane. So I feel like, yeah, things like that, I can tell from the jump this person ain't serious, and I'll dip. And even if they are serious, rewire your brain, you know? That's weird. And I've spoken to people where like I'll mention endometriosis and they'll research it straight away, and they'll come back with like so many facts and be like, oh my God, I didn't know you go through this. I didn't know about this and that. Like, wow, like that's crazy. And people like that, like, I love, and it's very rare that I've come across men that actually research endometriosis without me having to tell them to research it, because more time I tell men to research it. If they ask me what it is, I say Google's free. Search it up. Search it up. If you want to get to know me, you're gonna have to search things up. And I understand like people will react to things in a different way, and people are more empathetic than others, and I feel like being with someone who has a chronic condition is something that you kind of navigate as time goes by. But I feel like it's very evident to be able to tell who is more emotionally capable of handling it and who isn't. And I feel like there are certain people who I've also spoken to, and I'll tell them about it, and they'll be like, oh, mad. Anyway, so what are you saying? You do anything tonight? Like, I'm not saying we have to sit here for like 10 hours and like dissect every aspect of endometriosis and go through it one by one, but like at least show some concern, like show some curiosity about it, you know, like show some show something, give me something, you know? Like, so yeah, I feel like it's definitely made me be able to like know what I want and just tell who is actually interested in me. Because I feel like for me, when I'm interested, like genuinely interested in someone and really want to get to know them, I ask them so many questions. Like, I would want to FaceTime them and like talk to them and like have deep conversation with them, or just have conversation with them in general about like, I don't know, their job or their family or like what they do or like their business or whatever it is. So I feel like if someone does have a condition and you're really interested in them and you really want to get to know them, I feel like the least you can do, the bare minimum, is show interest. Like, so yeah, I feel like it's definitely made me just more like aware of how people react to what I say. And I feel like if you react very bluntly, then yeah, you're just not it. You're just not that guy. You're just not, and it's okay. Like, it's actually okay. You're just not that guy for me. And yeah, I feel like relationships, like I said, I just don't have energy. I don't have energy in general. So for someone to come into my life and try to waste my time, it's just audacious. Like, it's the audacity for me. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I feel like I don't think it's impacted even my exes and stuff. Like, I was having painful periods back then. Like, I used to throw up and faint back then, but they never was there with me. They never witnessed it because I was always at home with my mum and my brothers when it happened. But that was when my periods weren't they were bad, but they weren't crazy bad like now. So I don't think it necessarily impacted. But one thing I can remember is that I used to lash out on my ex. Like, if I was in pain, or I used to take out like my emotions and stress on him. And I later realised like that that's not the right way to handle things. So like, definitely had to work on myself. I mean, I've been single for 3 years now, so yeah, I've had a lot of time to work on myself. But that's one thing that I really did not want. And I feel like as my condition has gotten worse, that's something that I'm very, very like big on to try and like not do for my next relationship. And obviously no relationship's perfect. Like, there may be days where I do fuck up and like accidentally take out my anger on my man, but I feel like accountability and acknowledgement is very important as well. So yeah, but I feel like accountability, self-awareness and acknowledgement is very important. But yeah, I feel like as long as you are actively trying to be better for your partner and for your friends, then yeah. But all in all, honestly, like, I don't think it's impacted. Like, I haven't been, obviously, like I said, I've been single for 3 years. I've probably only taken someone seriously once within that 3 years, and that didn't even last that long anyways. Like, I feel like my tolerance is very, very small. I don't tolerate a lot of things that I used to. I don't want to be in like toxic situations or nothing anymore. Whereas when I was younger, like before, I was kind of like, yeah, like, ooh, it's lit, like, ah. But now I'm like, nah. Like, before I was like, go crazy, go stupid, woo. But now I'm just like, nah, it's not running. It's not happening. I can't do it. I mentally just can't do it. Like, I'm tired of everything, you know? So, my tolerance is just, I barely tolerate anything. I don't tolerate nothing. My patience is like this. But I feel like if I'm taking you serious, I'm so understanding. I'm so understanding, so considerate. I'm so caring. But I feel like I just find someone who's on the same level as me. That's being proven difficult. And it's also made me realise as well that I will never settle. I will never lower my standards for anyone in this life as well. Like, I'm struggling enough as it is. Do you think I'm going to lower my standards anymore for just out of what? Desperation or not being lonely? God forbid. I'm not desperate. And I feel like I said, when you work on yourself and you feel like you're at peace with life, you feel like you're at peace with your friendships, you feel like you're at peace with your family, I honestly feel like a relationship will just come. And being in the streets is boring. It's boring, but I'm not going to force any like relationship on no one. Like, not at all. Like, I hate forcing stuff. It makes me sick. So I'll never ever force anything on anyone, but like, a relationship would be cute. I'll pay my phone. I've had my fun. But yeah. Yeah, I think all in all, like I said, overall, um I don't think it's impacted anything to make it worse or better. But I do feel like it's made me work on myself and therefore know the type of energy and the type of person that I want in my life as a partner. And it's made me realise the type of people I want in my life as friends. So everything is just very clear to me. I feel like before my eyes were kind of blurry, but now I can see. Grace, how sweet the sound has it hurried like me. I once was blind, but now how's it go? I once was blind, but now I see. I once was blind, but now I see. That makes no sense. Okay. But yeah, I forgot how the song goes, but you get what I'm saying. Like, before, I feel like I was just a bit. I was just, do you know what? Before I was tolerating things. But I think now I'm very much, okay, if you're not showing me this, then bye. If you're showing me this, then boom. You know, like, everything's reciprocated in life. Let's be real. People will be like, oh, friendships aren't transactional. And no, I don't count things that I've done for my friends. Like, I don't, if my friend gets me a birthday present one year, I'm not going to get them a birthday present just because they got me a birthday present. But if they don't get me a birthday present one year, I'm not going to get them a birthday. Do you know what I mean? Like, if my friend doesn't get me a birthday present, I will still get them a birthday present. It's not like tit for tat. But I feel like in terms of like the physical aspects, like presents and like them getting me stuff, I don't give a fuck about. But it's it's the, but like how they are as an individual and how your friend is as an individual will determine how your relationship is going to be with them. How your boyfriend or girlfriend is as an individual is going to determine how your relationship with them is. Like, everything starts within. If you're not a good person, your relationship with people is going to be very, very hectic, whether it's platonic or not. So yeah, I feel like one thing I can confidently say is, I talk about my girls so much. I got to give my mom friends credit. You lot are amazing, but I'm gonna talk about my girls for 1 second because it's International Women's Day, so I don't really want to talk about men. But yeah, one thing I can say is all my girls are patterned. Like, all my girls are patterned, and even if they feel like they're not doing enough, to me, they're doing so well. And their mentality is crazy, like, in a good way, of course. But like, their mentality, like, they're determined, they're hardworking, like, they're loving, they're caring, they're considerate. And I don't argue with my girls. I honestly feel like if you argue with your friends, I don't know, you need to just leave them, because it comes to an age, the only person, not even like I'm wanting to have arguments with my man, but the only person I should realistically be having small arguments with is my boyfriend. Everyone else, why am I arguing with you? There's nothing to argue about. But yeah, I just feel like my girls are such amazing individuals. Like, just as individuals themselves, they're amazing. Like, they're so they're doing so well for themselves, man. So yeah, in order to be a good person to other people, you need to be good to yourself. You need to be gentle to yourself. You need to work on yourself. You need to be self-aware. You need to be self-aware to work on yourself. And not a lot of people are self-aware. And I've always said this, but I feel like the definition of normal is tainted because a lot of people who are actually tapped are calling themselves normal. So the real definition of normal is not as known. But yeah, I don't want this video to be too long. I was actually enjoying this. It was fun. Maybe because I'm in a goofy mood, I don't know. But yeah, all in all, I just want someone who's just patterned. Like, having endo has just made me realise that I know what I want, and it's very clear to what I want for myself, and I will never ever settle. Having a condition is very, very hard as it is, and I feel like I just want people around me who align with my life and people who show so much love. And like I said, regardless, just because I have a condition, it's not gonna make me, I'm not going to use it as an excuse to not show up for my friends and be there for my friends. Then again, my friends are this is why you need to have understanding friends, because there will be times where I might plan something and then the time will come and I'm like, oh shit, I can't come because I'm either in hospital or having a flare up, or I'm on my period, or I'm PMSing, or my legs killing to the point where I can't walk. So having friends who don't take it to heart is important. And one thing I don't do as well is I never overpromise my friends. I just don't promise my friends stuff in general, if I'm honest, unless it's to do with me buying them something where I can just send it to their house. But in terms of me actually physically showing up, I never promise my friends anything unless I know I can most certainly go, because having a condition, you never know. And I know I'm in pain all the time, but there are some days where I'm just in more pain than other days, and I don't want to. I hate disappointment. I hate disappointment, and I'm very heavy on treating people how you want to be treated. I I can't even describe to you guys how much I hate being let down and disappointment, because it's like you could have just not said anything at all. So because I have that mentality, I always try to make sure my friends don't feel that from me as well. So like, I never say yes, I'll 100% come. If I know I'm coming, I usually give my friend their later notice. If my friend needs a deposit, I'll give them the deposit money. If I can't come, they can keep it. So like, I'll never say, well, I try not to say yes to things if I'm not sure, because like I said, I don't like being disappointed. But yeah, my camera's gone dark, so I feel like it's gonna die. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go because I don't want it to die if I'm not talking. But I feel like you guys kind of get the gist. So like, overall, friendships and relationships, I feel like it's impacted it in a positive way. Having a condition has made me deep life more. I know what I want for myself and that type of love I want around me. And yeah, people think I'm not a lover girl. I'm a lover girl. You just need to be the right person. But I'm gonna go and edit this because I actually will never drop this today. So wish me luck. Wish me luck, guys. Has this been not in focus the whole time? Anyways, I'm gonna go now. So see you later. Bye, guys. Okay, let me go because I don't want it to actually die.